Okay, this is what is called the stress index. This is something that's easy to do to find optimal peak. Now there are a bunch of different ways and really good ways to find optimal peak. It's very labor intensive. You have to be really good at watching your data points, and it's been done many different ways over the years. I want to show you another option, a waveform that you can look at for finding optimal peak. And so the first thing you need to do, we're going to focus on one waveform in particular, and that's going to be your pressure to time scalar. There's a few things you've got to set up with the machine. The patient cannot be assisting the machine, so there cannot be any assisted breaths. So if it's something you could talk maybe your clinical partners into maybe giving them a little bit extra medication to take a nap, that could help. The next thing is you need to be in a square waveform. So you're not going to find square waveforms in a pressure mode like pressure regulated volume control. So we're going to have to go back old school, volume AC. Grab your flow rate to where your inspiratory time is at about a second. There we go. Okay, we're going to go to advanced settings. And right here, waveform. Right now, we're in a decelerating waveform. We want a square. All right, now here's what we're looking for. This phase of inspiration is showing expandability of the lung. Whether or not we're over expanding it or under expanding it. There's so many times in practice, I know we're guilty of it, that we are titrating positive and expiratory pressure for vital signs, partial pressures, SpO2s, and we don't really know what's actually going on in the lung. Sometimes we overdistend, most of the time we're underdistending. And so this is a quick way, this is called the stress index. What we're looking for here is this red part of the waveform is, if it is bulging outward, that means we are under expanding the lung. If it is bulging inward, like more of a smiley face, then that means we're over expanding the lung. So, how do we do this? Now you can grab PEEP. Now this is a test lung, so it probably isn't going to show us very much. You grab PEEP, you start adding it. You grab PEEP, you start adding it. Until we get a nice flat line. You don't want it to be curved upward or inward. We want the neutral zone. And you can see it's kind of starting to flatten out a little bit. Again, this is a plastic test lung. This is not a great subject to try, but you get the idea. So we're going to review real quick. Just going to hit all of those talking points. Okay, we're in PRBC. You feel that maybe we're over or underutilizing PEEP. Sedate the patient if they are assisting the vent. Go to regular volume assist control. Set your flow rate to equate an inspiratory time of 1 second. Go into advanced settings, go under flow. There's your square waveform. It's already set to square. And now we're looking at this inspiratory curve, this red curve here. If it's curving upward or if it's frowning at you a little bit, that means I need more PEEP. If it's smiling at you, we've got too much people. We're over expanding the lung. This is just an expression of the expansion of the lung tissue itself. And that is the stress index.